Hey, hi YouTube, how are you? I hope you all guys are doing great. In this video, we are going to start with MySQL. In the previous video, we have seen about databases, and one of the database was RDBMS, under which there was SQL. So we will start with MySQL, which uses SQL language. MySQL is a database management system which uses SQL as a language. What actually is SQL, or you can say SQL, is actually structured query language. So if you see this name MySQL, this SQL actually stands for structured query language. And what about this My? It's actually the name of the daughter of co-founder of MySQL, who was Michael Vidanius. Sorry if I pronounce it wrong. I think we call it as like Michael Vidanius. So the daughter of the co-founder of MySQL was named as My, so that's why he named as MySQL. Okay, so what is MySQL? It's actually an source RDBMS. Okay, so I will explain you open source RDBMS. In previous video, we have explore a bit about RDBMS, which is Relational Database Management System, where we store the data in the form of tables, where each row denotes a particular record. Okay, and it is based on the SQL, which is we call it as structured query language. Okay, it's the language uh, which is used by MySQL. Okay, and a lot of there are different other databases also which uses SQL. Okay, in RDBMS the data is stored in the form of tables, in tables, in rows and columns. Okay. Also, let's see some history of SQL, because before learning about the current things, I think it's very interesting to explore the history of any programming language or anything. Okay, so first of all, let's see who developed MySQL. So there were three peoples. One was which we talked about, Michael Vidanius. Okay, then we have David Exmark, and third we have Alan Larson, I think. Okay, so it's good to know their name because they have created a huge thing and we should know them. Okay, and this was the person Michael Vidanius who developed all three developed, but the name was based on her daughter. It's very interesting that later he created a fork from MySQL. I think it was MariaDB, and Maria is also the name of one of his daughter. It's like maybe there would be a fight between their daughters that okay, my would be teasing him across the years that you have created a whole database management system on the base of my, but why you're not creating on my name? Then I think he created another database which is called MariaDB. It's also quite famous. Okay, so actually in 1995 they started it, and initially it was at MySQL Lab kind of, and actually it's a Swedish company. Okay, and then later it was acquired by Sun Microsystem. Okay, so Sun Microsystem actually acquired it in around 2008, and later it was again acquired by Oracle, and still it's with Oracle. Most of the people know it as Oracle MySQL kind of. Okay, so till now it's at Oracle. Okay, and if you have seen, if you see the Mm, maybe let me show you. If you search for MySQL, MySQL, so let's see some images. See, this is a dolphin. So actually, their mascot is we call it Sahila, and it signifies the speed and intelligence. And MySQL is already known for its efficiency and performance. I have also heard it is also used in NASA. It's not just the whole MySQL, but it's as a part. Okay, so the dolphin is a mascot which is named as Sahila, and it is known for its. We know as dolphin is known for speed and intelligence. That's why they are using. Okay, there is every time there is a good um, thing like there is some hidden knowledge besides the logo which I like to discover. Okay, so this was some history about it. And this is what actually MySQL is. You might be thinking there is a word open source here, which I didn't explain you more about it. So actually, open source are the software which are free to use to anyone, which comes under general public license. Okay, so it's free to use to everyone. Whenever you are using MySQL, you don't have to pay anything. Okay, so it's free RDBMS, so free relational database management system. Okay, so let's see why actually we should use why to use this. Okay, the first one is RDBMS. So if your data is quite structured and it can be stored in tables, structured by means I want to say it like if you have a definite schema of data every time, then you should use it. Okay, it's open source, so it's completely free, which is again an advantage. Then it's scalable. If you scalable means something like which can be scaled. Okay, like if I can give you an example, let's suppose your database is able to perform CRUD operations for 1,000 records. But what happens if 10,000 records? If what happens if your data exponentially grow to 1 million records? So will it fail or will it be effectively doing that CRUD operations? CRUD means create, read, update, delete, which I explained you in the previous video. So that's scalable. So and definitely my MySQL is scalable. Then we have cross-platform support. Okay, so it's also an important part. Cross-platform support should be there, like it is supported by Windows, Linux, macOS, everyone. Okay, then high performance is really, really important. So what do you mean by high performance? High performance means perform heavy operations, heavy read and write operations efficiently. Then it's secure. So and in the previous video, I explained you like security is also a very, very important part. So if you want to consider this all six or more than this, basically the six are the features. If you find then you should use MySQL. Okay. So whenever you are starting a company and if you have thought that I have to choose, or let's suppose React as front end, and maybe some other thing as a backend, maybe Node or something else as a backend, then there is a question like which database you should be using. So if you think that okay, my data is like it can be stored in a form of row and columns, and it's mostly structured. Then you should go for MySQL. It's open source, scalable, cross-platform, high performance, secure. So you should go for MySQL. Now it's around like 2025, 2024 is going to end. So people think that should we still learn it? Okay, and my answer is yes. So whenever you see a database and if you think that should we learn it or not, then just go to DB engineers. Thing is DB engineer.com, something like that. I don't know whether it's DB engineers or dbengineer.com, something like that is there. Yes, that's ranking actually. Yeah, DB engines ranking, I think it's the one. Forgot it. Yeah, this one is okay. dbengines.com. So here you can see MySQL is at second rank. Okay, even in December 2024. So it's not outdated, man. Okay, so definitely you should learn MySQL, and I don't think so. It's going to be dead soon. Okay. So why should you learn it? So I just show you ranking. It's enough, but it's open source. It's also part of LAMP stack. Okay. So what actually is LAMP stack? L stands for Linux, A is for I think Apache, M for MySQL, and P is for Perl or Python. So it is included in LAMP stack. So definitely you should learn it. It is supported by lots of programming language, and also lots of cloud platform supports it. Like if you see Amazon RDS, it uses MySQL. Google Cloud SQL is also there. Azure DB for SQL is also there. So if you have a company and you don't want to set up this whole database on your own premise, then definitely you can go for cloud solutions. And most of the people are now using cloud only because it's pay as you go. Like you don't have to care about setup and all things. It's already set up, it's already secured and whatnot. So there is also cloud support by Amazon, Google, Azure, which are the three tech giants. So it's good to learn it. Okay. There are a lot of companies which uses it like Uber, Netflix, GitHub. I think they also uses it. So I think if they are using still, it's quite relevant, and you should be using it. Like you should be learning about it, how to use. And now the question is where it is used actually. Okay, so it's used in a lot of things like web apps. E-commerce application also uses it for data analysis. Um, MySQL is used in mobile apps also. It's used. Okay, and also in embedded system we use this MySQL. Okay, and it's not like in all e-commerce applications they will be using MySQL. It's not like that. They are also using NoSQL, MySQL, and also in Uber, Netflix. It doesn't like that they are only using MySQL. There is a combination. Okay, so but it's a part. Okay, so that's why it's more relevant. Okay, so this is all about MySQL. Let's revise a bit whatever we have studied today. So MySQL is basically an open source relational database management system. It's based on SQL language. The My is basically the name of the daughter of Michael Videnius, who was the co-founder of MySQL, and it is stored in the form of row and columns in tables. And why do you use? Because it is relational database management system, open source, scalable, cross-platform support, high performance, secure. It's second. If just I shown you in the dbengineengines.com, it's at second rank, and it's also included in LAMP stack. A lot of cloud options are there like Amazon RDS, Google Cloud SQL, Azure DB. A lot of tech giants like Uber, Netflix, GitHub, they uses it. It is used in various platforms like web applications, e-commerce, mobile application, data analysis tools, and embedded system. So definitely, it's a good time to study or to learn MySQL. Not just the basic, but in-depth knowledge is really, really important. So this is the end of the first video, which was intro to MySQL. In the next video, most probably we will be seeing some practical things like SQL query practice we will do, like how to create a database, how to use database, create tables and all. So theory is done. Like in the next video, we will also see theory as well as practical. So it will be good for you. So meet you in the next video. Till then, bye-bye. Thank you.